can swear on, but probably shouldn't.
Well, damn it, why not?
We're not going to, hopefully not swear. It's I've let that thing lapse, my mental ability to stop swearing. Oh, this is good.
Ticker story. What do you got there? Have that coffee thing standing by.
Okay.
We may need it in the first break, in the first segment, whatever the hell it calls. People can watch us on Facebook. Is the YouTube happening? Is that happening? Is that on? Is it the Johnny Gordy show on YouTube? I don't know if
Luke didn't put it in on YouTube, so I'm not sure if he wants it on YouTube.
Okay. Well, I think he did, but I mean, he didn't. I think we want it on YouTube.
Let's ignore YouTube right now.
Okay, we'll just talk about Facebook.
Oh, we don't have like a Madison YouTube channel. There's just like the Civic Media one. So I'm guessing that's why.
All right.
But we're on Facebook this morning, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Godspeed, John Glenn. Rocket's about to take off.
Yeah.
So could we? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna need some hotter coffee when we get going here. This is cold stuff from McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know, McDonald's here is open 24 hours on the Easttown side. I stayed at the luxurious Motel 6 last night. Boy, is that a trip.
Where is a 24-hour McDonald's?
It's
Where
like a flop house in there. I won't say the name of the motel, but.
All right, we're on in about 30.
Is it across from Easttown?
It's within it. It's on the same side as Easttown.
Oh, okay.
A little closer this way.
All right.
So as we were saying,
it's a tough tough neighborhood.
All right, you guys ready? We're on in about 5.
No, let's not do this.
As we were saying, this is the John and Gordy Show. I'm John.
And I'm Gordy.
And we're just acclimating ourselves to getting up first thing in the morning like most Americans do.
Yeah.
And join the crowd out there on the streets.
It's 6:06. We are live and direct from the beautiful studios here in downtown Madison at 202 State Street. And, John, these are the nicest radio studios I think you and I have ever been in.
I know. It's probably the most open and has the most lighting. By the way, the lighting is a little on the bright side again.
Yeah. We'll take care of that.
Well, I know.
We've got black lights that we're going to install tomorrow with some black light posters and stuff. We've got a lava lamp.
Yeah,
and,
that would be very nice.
Some beads.
I'm just getting used to, I'm on my way here.
Yeah.
And this is the easiest drive of my life.
Right?
I'm just noticing all the lights and they're not synced. So I just want to mention to the city, and I want that changed right away. It should be green lights all the way into town.
You're not asking for much.
No.
I think that's a reasonable request. It's cold out there this morning, man. It's 31 degrees.
31, yeah.
Sunshine today, highs in the upper 30s.
So cold, I would advise most people to just stay home this morning.
Roll over.
Yep.
Keep the radio on, but just, relax. It's Monday. It's the day before Halloween. We got that going on. People are dressed in Halloween costumes all weekend long, everywhere I went.
Yeah, that's what it's like down here on State Street.
Well, it's not like the old times when they had the big parties on State Street for the Halloween.
It was such a busy weekend because the Badgers were in town and played a night game. It's just insane, right? And now, of course, Halloween is going to be displayed all over downtown, and people will be dressed up as usual. I'm not dressing up this year. Last year, I dressed up as Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And my wife was She-Thor.
Okay.
And one kid was a
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man was the other guy. And you know, all these inebriated people on the street at the time we were walking down were yelling at Spider-Man.
Yeah, sure. Well, Kurt, yeah.
So,
well, you're all into the Marvel comics and the DC comics, and
I
have no idea about that stuff. But tomorrow's Halloween. We're not going to dress up because we're on the Facebook, you know.
We got the
Facebook
video now. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. So if you go to Facebook, you can go to the John and Gordy Show, dial us up. You'll see us in the studio here. We've never had a camera in the studio. I guess we'll have to refrain from our usual John and Gordy signals to each other.
Yeah.
You know,
those
don't
were
do
not
those.
nice.
Don't do those.
No.
Okay. So what else is going on? First show, you know, right out of the box. Let me just mention the phone number if you want to call in and say hello to us. That'd be great. You know, 608-879-8255. That's 608-879-TALK.
Or if
Right.
you're angry that Pat Greitlow isn't here, we'll
you can go to the Civic.
apologize.
Well, okay, we'll do that. But we suggest you go to the Civic Media app. You can find Pat there.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So he's okay. He's all right.
No, he's great.
He's right there. He
knows his stuff with politics, and I do love that. And by the way, on this show, we will be covering politics as well.
Sure, we will.
Besides movies, Marvel superheroes.
At all. Yeah. Sports. Let's see.
Really?
Packers lost. I know that to the Vikings.
Yeah,
and,
I think that's about all that needs to be said about that.
And the Badgers against Ohio State. Wow.
Yeah.
Started out good.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
All
Like
right.
this show.
Yeah. We've got our producer, Sam, standing by in case we need anything. And boy, do we need help.
He'll probably need
It's
more
day
help
one.
than us.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see if we can keep him going for the next couple hours here.
All right. I was thinking, how do we open the show? What do we do
Right.
first thing? And if you're tuned in at 6 a.m., you're a masochist, and I have no idea what kind of job you could possibly have that wants to torture you like that. But if you're up at 6 a.m., first thing we're going to do out of the box is just take a quick look at the headlines.
Headlines? Really?
Headlines, yes.
Well, what's going on in the news right now?
This is one that stands out for me, and it is Trump says no way Iowa votes against him as he flubs city's name during state campaign stuff.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, you may not know the name of your state, but, you got to vote for him anyway.
Sure. That's right.
His mind is going. Can we start that rumor?
Well, we could. I think that's not news. But Melania finally had something to say. She's, she hasn't really said
In
much
the background.
for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
She's just doesn't want to be a part of anything going on.
With
But she
him.
did make a comment about Donald Trump just yesterday or day before.
Right.
There's something she really doesn't like about him. Can you
Really?
guess what that is?
Just being Donald Trump?
Well, that's close. She doesn't like him dancing on stage. She thinks he should not do that. You should not dance on the stage.
Yeah.
So we'll look into that.
And he
I don't
does
know
it
why
just
she
to
said-
irritate her.
I don't know what that.
No, he does.
Why she brought that up, but yeah.
He does it. And of course, the other news over the weekend was the fact that, Trump asked her to parade in her swimsuit.
Oh, really?
So guess that Mar-a-Lago would think, gee, that's what we're missing out on. It just,
Wow,
my head just explodes,
Yeah.
Just the very idea, the way these people think. Anyway, the way
Yeah.
Trump thinks.
Sure.
So,
All right. Well, we want to get the phone number out there again. So if any of you out there, there's a lot of people listening, I think, from South Bend, Indiana this morning, where I used to live.
yeah.
So I need to emphasize the area code. 608 is the area code, 879-8255. Or check us out on Facebook. We've got the information there, too. And, I don't know about you, John. Where's the coffee machine here? Have you found it yet?
I have
Because
not.
I need more coffee.
That's why I brought my own in.
Yeah,
So-
coffee's the thing to have. We need it,
Can we
right?
offer you gentlemen a cup of Joe?
Mrs. Packard, you said the magic word.
Can I have a cup of coffee, please?
Cup of coffee. Can I finish my coffee first?
Anyone for a warm-up?
These people drink enough coffee to buy Juan Valdez a summer home. No wonder there are so many jangled nerves.
Fresh coffee.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, coffee. Yeah. I got my coffee now.
And we're pushing this stuff.
Yeah.
If you wanna wake up, gotta fill up your cup. Coffee.
Coffee.
Wanna stay up late, simply percolate. Coffee.
And if you want to stay up early,
Sure.
Need a cup,
Need a cup. Need a cup. Coffee.
cafe.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I do like it,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we may have some coffee coming in this way now. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, here, one of the amazing things is,
Yeah.
as a morning guy from previous morning shows, it always irritated me more than anything
Yeah.
that there were morning announcers who drank soda pop as the way to wake up in the morning.
Soda
Mountain Dew,
Yeah.
high in caffeine, yeah.
Yeah, and sugar too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Well, we hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with John and Gordy this morning. Yeah, we need our own coffee brand. Can we work on that? Get a private label?
I think so. Yeah, I
So
like that.
too.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. We're going to be talking about Halloween too as we go through it. Tomorrow's the big day. You're not going to wear a costume. I don't think I'm going to wear a costume either.
Yeah. Well, Doctor Strange has the goatee and stuff,
Yeah, it's too
and
messy.
that stuff doesn't stay on really well on my face.
Right?
So if I came in with that, it would just be I'd be just pressing that against my face all morning long, and who wants to see that? But this is, I like this transition from radio to some video segment. Now, it just seems odd to me. We could just, signal to each other and say things. Now people see that. So.
Yeah. They can see us on Facebook right now. If you dial into your Facebook page and just go to the John and Gordy Show, we're on there live
Yes.
as we do the show. And then I believe it appears later on somehow. The show that we do is also podcasted. So if you miss it early in the morning, you can catch us later on the Civic
I think
Media
it's part
app.
of the Marvel multiverse. I think that's
Really?
part of. Yes.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're
Different
talking about.
universes have different John and Gordys.
Okay, really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, can you explain that?
That's the
a little bit?
multiverse. That's, in other words, there are all these different universes.
Parallel
there are different-
universes.
there are different John and Gordy shows out there, and it's, they're different. They
Yeah.
say different things. They do different things.
Can you be diagonally parked in a parallel universe? Is that possible?
There you go. I like that one.
Thank you.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just thought of
So,
it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's get the phone ringing. 608-879-8255.
now 8255 is talk.
It spells talk.
There you go.
It does. And you can talk to John and Gordy.
879 talk.
That's it. Simple as that.
And because
Who's going to be our first caller? I can't wait.
one of the things that really bothers me is we have to dial 608 all the time now. And that
Even if you're in 608.
that bothers me because as a person who makes a lot of phone calls on my other job,
Mhm.
there are so many
Yeah.
disconnected 608 numbers. There is no real shortage out there, folks. This is a Trump made up thing that they made us go through, so we have to dial the extra 3 digits at the beginning.
So what's the new area code here? An
Uh,
extra area code.
I don't know what it is.
Have they released it? Do we know it?
I don't know if they have a new one for this area. 608
They were
is-
talking about it.
Yeah. But
Who
we have
makes
to do the
these
608.
decisions anyway?
People above us.
Okay.
So,
All
right. So we went through some of the headlines, right?
right.
So Biden attacks Speaker Johnson over views on same-sex relations, ignores president's past comments.
Really?
So,
Mike Johnson. That sounds like a radio name. Mike Johnson in the
Mike
afternoons. Yeah, it's Mike. I got to say, he's got a good haircut.
Yeah.
I like his haircut.
Very
Looks
neat,
good.
very proper. You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
Kind of a different looking Stephen Colbert.
Oh, yeah. I actually Colbert compared him.
Did he really?
Side by side.
Oh, my God.
He did a split screen of him.
All right. Yeah, that's what it looks
After
like.
he came on. We're just coming up on a break here in just a couple of minutes. It's clear this morning. It's cold. Bundle up as you head out there. It's about 31 degrees, highs in the upper 30s later on today. And it's nice and warm here in the studio this morning on day one of the John and Gordy show, as we were saying.
And we're also going to have a few little tunes celebrating Halloween. So just hang on.
Yeah, stay with us.
All right, we're back in 1 minute or so.
Okay.
Which surf music for the intro?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Let's focus. What are we going to do?
Could be Halloween.
Yeah, maybe the Halloween music. Do we have any Halloween stories? Oh, we've got.
You
How
want
about the Halloween music and then one of those Halloween? There's a comedy. Do you have the comedy clip from?
I think so. I gotta look for it here. But this music,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, we also where's our National Day calendar? Let's get that going. So yeah, just roll that music and keep it going.
Okay.
Keep it going in the background, and we'll see. I want to see if we can get some witches and warlocks
All
to
right,
call in.
We're on in 5.
Okay, here we go. Who's talking? I'm scared. Are you scared?
Yes. WMDX, the John and Gordy Show.
Mad Radio. Celebrating Halloween.
It's 6:20 in the morning.
That's pretty creepy. Yeah.
And, well, because today is National Wicked Day.
Yeah.
It's funny how that lands so close to Halloween, right?
I think it's not a coincidence. I think they planned it that way. And in fact, if you're a witch or a warlock listening to John and Gordy this morning, or a psychic, why don't you call us and, put a good spell on us, not a bad spell. Right?
I
You
think
hear
so.
that noise, by the way?
That's the bad spell. I think we knew a witch once when we had our cable access show.
Did we?
We interviewed a witch.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of those video clips available if anybody wants to take a look at 30 years ago, our cable access show.
You got nothing else to do first thing in the morning before going to work? Yeah. Check it out. It's at democurmudgeon.blogspot.com. That's my blog that I've been doing for many, many years, 15, 16, 18 years, something like that.
Did you put that on Facebook, on our Facebook page?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
We got to get that out there. So
Yeah.
democurmudgeon.blogspot.
Blogspot.com.
Okay.
The old days of blogspot.com. So Demo Curmudgeon, try to spell that one first thing in the morning.
Yeah, Halloween is always a very weird time, those Halloween costumes that the kids wear. Sometimes they're a little over the top, right?
Yeah.
Do we have that clip, Sam, of the Halloween costumes? We'll have to find that. Okay. I think it's Jim Gaffigan, if you're looking
Kids
for it.
love to dress like pirates, the murderers and rapists that pirates were. And we think it's adorable. It's so cute. He looks just like one of those sociopaths who terrorize the Caribbean. We let our kids dress like murderers. Darth Vader, that genocidal lunatic. It's fun. The devil, it's cute. Hitler, no.
You got to draw the line somewhere.
You really have to.
Yeah.
That's really kind of he brings up a really good point about Halloween. I mean,
Right.
we all have death staring us in our face, and it's a scary thought for most people. And we sit there, and what we do is we celebrate tombstones and cemeteries and skulls and bones and zombies and people rotting, and yet we're facing that anyway, inevitably. And it doesn't, it just seems like maybe we're just preparing ourselves every Halloween for the inevitable.
It's an odd day. It's a holiday. It's not really a holiday, but we celebrate it.
Here's one of the worst thoughts.
Yeah.
And I had this last night as I was thinking about, celebrating something like our inevitable end on a Halloween night. And that is that we all have lost loved ones.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating the dead. It's got to be hard for some people to accept the casual nature of Halloween and celebrating death.
Well, thanks for bringing us all down, John.
I know.
Yeah. Happy Halloween to you too. Yeah. What are you going to hand out for the kids this year? Do you have anything in mind? Do you have a lot of visitors at your place? Because you're kind of out of the way.
We have no visitors at all.
Right?
None.
Nothing.
And I got to tell you, this is an interesting thing because we never have had Halloweeners at our door. I went to a friend's house, and they invited us over for Halloween to pass out candy.
Sure.
And it was the first time I've ever passed out candy to Halloweeners, and these little tiny kids dressed up in their costumes and the proud parents who put them there.
Yeah.
It was just so heartwarming. You
teared up.
I teared up,
Right,
actually.
yeah.
It just, I'm thinking, I'm talking to these little kids and I'm playing along because I'm Dr. Strange, passing out candy at a door.
You are Dr. Strange.
Yeah. So,
Scare the kids.
it was so much fun and just so cool seeing the kids go through this kind of experience.
Yeah.
And it's one of the best bonding moments, I think, for most families and kids. So.
Do your boys still go out trick-or-treating?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, they're in their 20s, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, again, we went down State Street almost 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
And as Dr. Strange and the group,
That's cool.
Thor and Spider-Man, it's fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. And we've got another. We're going to talk a little bit more about some other Halloween things. We're going to celebrate it today and tomorrow as we settle in here.
We're going to. Yeah. We're going to.
Oh. Hey, we got some coffee coming our way, I think.
Whoa.
Thank goodness.
We are going to dissect
Hi, Catherine.
the problem with candy corn. All right?
Because we'll get to that. Hold on to that thought.
There's a nightmare thought about candy corn.
Yeah. Who likes candy corn anyway? How does that happen? We're going to explore that, right?
Yeah, we're going to explore that.
Okay.
By the way, I had a request for candy corn, so yeah, we're going to get into that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
So,
hey, check us out here. You can give us a call anytime we are on the air. It's 608-879-8255. Write that number down on your forehead and don't forget it. If you do forget it, you can look in the mirror and go, I can't read it because it's in the mirror. It's 608-879-8255. Okay.
all right, I just jotted that down for the first time.
Thank
so
you.
it's 879 talk.
That's it.
It's as simple as that.
And you can listen to us on the Civic Media app. You can tune us in on TuneIn app. And there's other ways you can tune us in.
But we're going to also,
Facebook.
I just want to mention, we're also going to talk about Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
Because there are a whole bunch of things that he represents. A lot of people don't know this, but this guy is actually a part-time constitutional professor.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
At least he teaches. And that's a little scary. Of course, it's a very closed audience. It's a Christian college, I believe, but
sure.
nothing
wrong with that.
He's definitely got some opinions, and his opinions are basically what Republicans have picked as their agenda.
Yeah.
So,
And as one new Republican comes in to power, one steps off the stage, Mike Pence is out of the presidential race. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
he never got above 2%.
Yeah.
So he's out. He's going back to Indiana and relax.
Do you think the hang Mike Pence thing kind of just
It was-
wasn't a good slogan? So
It was hanging over him the whole time he was in the
there
in the
you
race.
go. That's it.
And I heard somebody talking about, who's he going to endorse? Is he going to endorse Trump now? That would be tough, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
After everything.
Trump asking him for an endorsement, that would be a very interesting twist of fate.
Yeah,
so to speak.
would be.
So we're going to get him Mike Johnson because he represents everything that the Republicans want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go over some of that agenda and see if anybody agrees with it.
Right. And we're going to take a break. We'll be back shortly.
Uh,
How are we feeling so far?
Good. We're going to just feeling our way out.
We're just
if you could get Mike Johnson's drop in.
Well, there's
It's called Cultural Revolution.
Yep.
Hey, are we sure the phone is working?
Here. Let me call it once.
You did?
Oh, no, I haven't. Let me
Yeah, let's call it just to be sure.
read the number out to me once. I haven't memorized it yet.
It's I'm sorry. It's 608-879-8255. We've got our kicker stories here. We need them.
I didn't expect any calls. It's too early. No one knows we're here.
It's working. It goes to a phone tree, so you have to select to be on air, but it works.
Okay. Okay, good.
Okay. I want, I don't know if the Mike Johnson stuff is grouped together in a way that you could easily access.
I can search for it, so I have everything from him up right now.
All right. Let's go to, do you want to do Mike Johnson?
Sure.
Or do you want to do something else?
No, you can do Mike Johnson. We've got that. You have the Lewis Black Halloween riff. I don't know. I think I titled it Lewis Black. I said it, but I don't know if you have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have that one.
How did I title it? There was
Halloween Candy Corn Lewis Black.
Oh, it's the candy corn stuff. You want to blow that out yet, or you want to hold on to that?
Next long break.
Okay. So we'll just go on Mike Johnson and the Republicans.
Is the next long break this one?
This one is 5 minutes
It's
until 34:20, and then top of the hour.
34:20.
Yeah. Okay. This is 15
Wait,
minutes. This
where
is
are we?
15 minutes. This next break is 15 minutes.
The next segment is 15
Oh,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go with. Okay, see, I want to do Mike Johnson stuff.
Do it.
Okay.
So there's going to be unrestricted abortion. That's one.
You want some
Yep.
coffee?
There is another one, human heart.
Mhm.
Okay. And then, of course, the cultural war. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's blow those three out in this one.
Are you
I
going to
can-
cue me for each of them?
Yes.
Okay.
The first one is going to be the abortion
Okay.
after the baby's born. And that'll be right away, by the way. And then, let's see here. What do I have? Oh, the human heart thing. I want to do that last. Then we'll get to the Cultural Revolution. Okay. And then we'll go to the human heart, which is at the heart of the conservative philosophy about small government. Okay.
Coming out of this commercial break,
Ooh, we have a Facebook comment.
Say that again.
We have a Facebook comment. Halloween is the night when the veil between worlds is thinnest.
Ooh.
Where do you see that?
I love that.
I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it on StreamYard up here.
Say it again. Halloween is what?
By Kelly Connell. Halloween is the night when the veil between worlds is thinnest.
She's she's a sex expert that I know from South Bend. She's degreed.
Well,
She's
we have to acknowledge that. Can we get it
Kelly
up here?
Connell.
I can't.
Here, can you see it on the screen up there?
I see Catherine. Wait, just testing for salty. Oh, that's me. Wait.
No, we're not seeing anything.
I
on
don't
the screen
see
yet.
it. I don't see it anywhere.
Nothing's changing.
Hang on.
have-
Actually, we're on in 20 seconds.
All right.
So.
All right, we'll check it later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Sam. I'm going to ask you about that so you can read it.
Sure.
Okay.
John and Gordy, oh, John and Gordy, John and Gordy, oh, John and Gordy.
That's us, John and Gordy. 6:34 in the morning on this Monday, day one of our show here, and we're happy to have you along here on Mad Radio, WMDX 92.7.
If you're watching me look at my watch, I'm just checking the weather temperature.
Yeah, what does it say?
36 degrees.
Really? It's
Yep.
climbing
I
quickly.
know.
Yeah, there was a freeze thing out overnight. Freezing. Yeah. Highs in the upper 30s today. Clear sunshine on the way. Later today, right here, Todd Alba, noon to 2. That's his new time zone. Noon to 2 right here on WMDX and the Civic Radio Network.
All right. What we're trying to do here on this program is talk a little politics, and it's not going to be the same kind of politics. What I like to do is look at the forest for the trees. In other words, the big picture. We got to look at the big picture. We have bought into this big picture that conservatives have been presenting for the last 50 years or so.
Yeah.
And we assume it all to be true now. And it's not. And I just want to kind of break through that barrier now and kind of reveal the truth behind all of these myths that they have created, like tax cuts, but spending is bad.
Right.
And their platform. And a lot of people have said, well, okay, the Republicans don't have a platform.
Well,
They really don't have a platform, but in a way, they do have a kind of social platform, and it's a miserable, horrible platform. For some reason, this guy, Mike Johnson, Representative Mike Johnson, is the perfect representation of their party, of their agenda. Yeah. Which is not a helpful agenda. It doesn't help the American public in any way.
He's Speaker of the House now, third in line.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. No, so he's got a very powerful position. Somehow they decided they all like Mike Johnson, and they were done with 22 days of not having a speaker. So they elected somebody that
out of Texas.
I never even heard of. No, he's from Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana, that's right. That's right.
Louisiana.
So here's the thing. Yeah. You know, this guy wanted all our votes tossed out.
Yeah.
During the last election. Yeah. That was the craziest thing of all. Yeah, those other states.
Yeah, he didn't want to certify the election.
Repeal those votes.
Right.
And that was the craziest part. But his agenda is the exact agenda of the Republican Party, the MAGA Republican Party.
Yeah.
And the first thing I just want to mention here is that he believes and says that women have abortions after a baby is born.
Wait, what?
That's right. They're having abortions after the baby is born. Now, this is something that he has mentioned so many times in his speaking engagements, and he has come up with a gotcha question that he has presented as a representative in Congress to people that do support abortions. And I just want to play a little track here where he thinks his brilliant question, which is actually just a ridiculous question, but he presents it to a person who is a supporter of abortion rights. Let's hear that.
Let me ask you, do you support the right of a woman who is just seconds away from birthing a healthy child to have an abortion?
I think that the question that you're asking does not realistically reflect abortion care.
In that scenario, would you
States.
support her right to abort that child?
I won't entertain theoreticals.
It's not a
That's
theoretical,
not
ma'am.
reality.
You're a medical doctor.
I am a medical
It
doctor,
is
and that has
theoretical.
never
It
happened.
is.
Never happened in your
Healthcare-
practice, ma'am, but it happens. How
It
about if a
doesn't
child is
happen.
halfway out of the birth canal? Is an abortion permissible then?
Can you repeat your question?
If a child is halfway delivered out of the birth canal, is it permissible to have an abortion? Would you support the right for an abortion then?
I can't even fathom that ever.
And I'm not asking you if you can fathom it. If it occurred, would you support that abortion or not?
It doesn't
That's
happen.
unrestricted abortion,
Answer
right?
a question that I can't imagine. Just like you probably can't imagine what you would do if your daughter was raped. If it hasn't happened, it may be
Okay,
difficult for you.
you're not going to answer
answer
this
that
question, but
You see, you can't answer that question because it's a gotcha question, and it's a question based on total fantasy and a ridiculous question on top of that. It's ridiculous. You can't answer that, and he knows it. And so, you just got to reveal these things. You have to kind of understand that this is all just a fabrication, and he's just pushing it. But I want the other part of this is these guys, the conservative movement has been trying to win back the protests of the 60s and 70s, the cultural change at that time.
Sure.
And they've been trying to finally win that. They lost it, but now they're coming back trying to win that. I just want to play a little track. This is a speech that Mike Johnson had, and he covers all this ground. Let's
some of y'all were around in the late 60s. You remember that, what that was about. The countercultural revolution, Woodstock and drugs and peace and free love and all that, but more about the undermining of the foundations of religion and morality. Because if you remember, in the late 60s, we invented things like no-fault divorce laws. We invented the sexual revolution. We invented radical feminism. We invented legalized abortion in 1973. Where the state, the government, sanctions the killing of the unborn. All these things happened because as collectively as Americans, we began to get together in growing numbers and thumb our nose at the Creator and say, we don't believe that anymore. We're rejecting the founders' natural law philosophy in favor of moral relativism, and we are going down another path. Now, what we tolerate in moderation, our children excuse in excess. What happens when you fast forward another 30 or 40 years? Well, here's a picture's worth 1,000 words. Go to the next one for me. I mean, we know that we're living in a completely amoral society. And so people say, how can a young person go into their schoolhouse and open fire on their classmates? Because we've taught a whole generation, a couple of generations now of Americans, that there is no right and wrong. That it's about survival of the fittest, and you evolve from the primordial slime. Why is that life of any sacred value? Because there's nobody sacred to whom it's owed. None of this should surprise us. And it leads in the next slide for me, it leads into just chaos.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. That's
arming the public, giving kids access to firearms. That hasn't sent a message at all, right? It's just an amazing way of thinking. And the other amazing way of thinking is that it's all about the human heart. And this is something that
with almost every shooting incident, the immediate call by the left in this country, we need more gun laws, we need more legislation. What's your answer to that?
At the end of the day, the problem is the human heart. It's not guns, it's not the weapons. At the end of the day, we have to protect the right of the citizens to protect themselves, and that's the Second Amendment. And that's why our party stands so strongly for that. I agree with the comments of your guests there. This is not the time to be talking about legislation. We're in the middle of that crisis right now. But I just want you to know, and I want the American people to know, that all the members of the House here are deeply concerned about the families involved and everyone. And we pray for the law enforcement officers that are doing that hard job tonight that most people do not have the bravery to do.
All right. So that is the philosophy, the conservative philosophy. I have a mega friend in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Who manages to separate the MAGA part from being my longtime friend from the 60s. So
how is that possible?
I don't even know. It's just like a split personality. He calls me and, we'll talk about the past and other cultural things. But when it comes to MAGA, he is there.
He's all in.
And what I remember him saying is that, he's a born again Christian as well. He's a Christian nationalist. And he believes firmly that we could change people's hearts individually, one by one by one. There's a Prager University video where they say that is exactly what we should do. We shouldn't have big government. We shouldn't have big laws that tell people what should or should not be done. We should be trying to work on every individual American singularly in just one way, and that is to try to change their hearts. And this is the most crazy concept ever. So,
well, it's interesting. You lay all this stuff out about Mike Johnson. Nobody knew about him a week ago. A lot of us never heard of him a few days ago. And here he is, Speaker of the House. All this stuff that's been going on over the last few years about him, that all these speeches that you found there, everything has been going on. And now he's in a position of power and to shape the next year or so of the House of Representatives, and he can do whatever he wants, right?
Right.
He's got the Republican votes. They're in charge, right? Yeah.
This guy has this kind of agenda, and it's kind of a conservative MAGA agenda.
Yeah, it's not
but
it is.
We'll see now. There is MAGAs in the House that are very, very disruptive and may not allow even his positions to be put forward, when they have to pass a budget, when they have to spend some money,
the debt
keep
ceiling,
the government going,
all that
of
stuff.
this.
Yeah.
Now he's got to fight them, and we'll see how far right the Marjorie Taylor Greens are.
Sure.
The Roberts.
The Matt Gaetz.
The Gates.
Yeah, all those guys. Hey, you can weigh in, be a part of the show, 608-879-TALK, 608-879-8255.
I just want to bring this up, too.
Okay.
I do, and I want to talk to every possible Republican that I could possibly get on our phone line.
Sure,
I would love to talk to you. I want to pick your brain. You can pick mine, and we could see how that discussion goes and who wins that discussion. All right? So it's a little challenge. I'm throwing the challenge out. We're only 2 blocks away from the Capitol.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And
no one's running down the street, volunteering to come up here. So.
Well, it's early yet. Check us out on Facebook, The John and Gordy Show. You can contact us. You can text us. Go on the Civic Media app. You can send us a message from the app. I think we heard from Kelly Connell. She's an old buddy of mine. Sam, do you have her comment there standing by? I don't have it in front of me, but I think she just wanted to say hello. And what did she have to say?
She was she was talking about Halloween when you guys were discussing it earlier. She commented on Facebook, Halloween is the night when the veil between worlds is thinnest.
Wow, that's kind of a heavy thought.
That's very scary.
I'm scared just thinking about that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Scary stuff. Okay. Very good.
The other scary thing, of course, is candy corn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about candy corn. And, it's been around a long time. In fact, I think today is actually National Candy Corn Day. Do we have that? I think we've got that somewhere. Candy corn's been around a lot longer than you think, right?
That's right. They have a whole explanation about that.
Yeah. We've got a couple of minutes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're going to take a break. We'll get to that. We'll do that next.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get to that next.
Yeah. And, one of the things that I want to mention here on day one is if you'd like to find out, we are going to be bringing you a John and Gordy t-shirt. I don't know if you knew this, John, but we're going to get that together.
No.
Put that in with the merch.
Really?
Because people want that kind of stuff.
They do.
Don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were walking billboards.
Right.
That's what we want, walking billboards. We'll get you may have seen the caricature of us. if you're watching us on Facebook, I think we have it up behind us on the big screen here. And we're going to
pretty
get that
accurate,
going.
isn't it?
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And, we want you to be a part of the show as well. So we'd love to. We got to get some coffee mugs, too. By the way, thanks to Catherine for stopping by with some coffee this morning. We were talking coffee. It is good coffee.
How do you make coffee like that here?
I have no idea because they've got an old coffee
They
machine
do.
that I don't know where they found that.
It must work well because if it's from this,
it's really
we're
good.
We're
yeah.
good.
Yeah, we'll be having another coffee break coming up in a little while here as we get going on our very first day. So good to be back here on the air in Madison after all these years, John. You and I started way back when was it, 1986?
Yeah,
it's like a half a lifetime ago.
Right.
And, we were together for 8 years on the radio here in Madison. We had the cable access show way back when. Then we were at the old 92. Then we went over the triple M&M show and, onward and upward.
Yeah.
And here we are.
I know.
All these years later.
Yeah.
Decades later.
We're at WMAD in Sun Prairie. And
out in the cornfield.
And they shut the station down.
Yeah. There were snakes and mice in the basement.
That does not happen often.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
So-
Yeah. And then we went over to the triple place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those were the days. Hey, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of John and Gordy after this.
This one's another short break.
Rant. Your first political rant.
It is. It is.
Anything you want me to have ready for up next other than candy corn?
Yeah, candy corn. We've got two things on candy corn.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me which we've got here. We've got.
One says it's like a feature about Halloween candy corn. The other one is the Lewis Black thing.
Okay.
There's a song on I Hate Candy Corn.
What?
I hate candy corn.
I hate candy corn.
Yeah.
So we got three things on candy corn, or is that the feature?
I just see two, and we're on in 5. So.
Well, do we have time to do it here? We do. We are back 10 minutes before the top of the hour, the John and Gordy show. As we were saying, candy corn. Yeah, it sticks in your teeth. It tastes good going in, but boy, it's awful stuff, right? Yeah. It's Halloween, right? Do we have our scary Halloween music? Or maybe we can get that going too. But candy corn has been around forever, right, John? It's been around forever.
I've never really understood it.
Well, nobody likes it. So that's what, right?
Well,
does anybody like it?
No,
Maybe kids like it.
Well, I'm going to shock you. I was shocked.
Yeah.
But my 21-year-old son asked me to go out and buy a bag of candy corn.
You're kidding.
No, I looked at him like 3 times. You've got to be kidding me, right? You're serious? You really want to eat that stuff? Oh, yeah, candy corn, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's coming back.
Can you put it in
it's
anything?
A youth thing.
Can you use it for anything? Is it good in any like a pie?
I think if you get stuck in ice or something like that, you throw it down on the ground.
Protraction. Okay. But let's see what we got on candy corn.
All right. Let's see.
Candy corn. No, I don't like candy corn. I like lots of other things, but I don't like candy corn. I don't like candy corn.
You got the message, Brad.
It's
a little Noggin song.
Who is it?
Noggin. Nickelodeon's Noggin. Kids used to watch that.
Okay.
Probably still do.
I think Lewis Black had something to say about candy corn too. Yeah.
The worst thing about Halloween is, of course, candy corn. It's unbelievable to me. Candy corn is the only candy in the history of America that's never been advertised. And there's a reason. All of the candy corn that was ever made was made in 1911. And so, since nobody eats that stuff, every year there's a ton of it left over. And the candy corn company sends the guys to the villages and they collect out of the dumpsters all the candy corn we've thrown away. They wash it, they wash it.
It's clean, it's clean.
I'll never forget the first time my mother gave me candy corn. She said, "Here, Louis, this is candy corn. It's corn that tastes like candy." Woohoo! This tastes like crap.
My God, can you
Louis,
imagine?
telling it like it is.
Yeah, boy, that was bad advice by Mom.
Yeah. We need some candy corn in here. Now I kind of want to have it, just, to see how bad it is. I haven't had it in years. Horrible for your teeth, though.
It's actually going to be banned if they don't change the formula for candy corn. Yeah, I'm just ad-libbing this, but I remember reading an article about it.
You think so?
Yeah, there are chemicals in candy corn, coloring and other chemicals that make up the consistency of caramel corn, or what is candy?
It's candy corn.
Candy corn.
Candy
and
corn.
so anyway,
or as Lewis would say, candy corn.
They want to ban the whole thing, if they don't change the formulation of candy corn.
Really, just get it off the shelves.
It's
bad for you.
They're giving manufacturers 3 years to change the formulation, or it's off the market for candy corn.
Are you making this up?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, California, leads off with these type of situations. They ban it.
Yeah.
They ban it, and if it's banned, it's going to happen everywhere else in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So, and by the way, the chemicals in candy corn are banned in other countries.
Mm.
So we're really late on this. Our country does not ban dangerous chemicals and food colorings like other nations do.
So what you're saying is the FDA lets a lot of is it the food and drug? Are they the policemen of our food?
Yeah.
Really? Speaking of food, did you hear this story out of Wisconsin, out of Milwaukee, your hometown? John, you're not from Milwaukee.
I am.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
A pair of Wisconsin brothers named Iggy and Exodus. They actually, those are their names. Exodus is 11 years old. His brother Iggy is 10 years old. The Exodus and Iggy show, by the way, you can watch it on YouTube. They broke a record, John. They broke a Guinness Book of World Records. They created a massive grilled cheese sandwich, 10 feet by 6 feet. 10 feet by 6. Where do you get an oven to put that in? Or how do you make a grilled cheese sandwich that big? What are the technical...
Flamethrower?
I guess that's a good idea.
To do that.
They said it was almost 3 inches thick, too. They broke this record. And good for them. They attempted to raise money for the local food banks. These kids are 10 and 11 years old. The Exodus and Iggy show. We got to see if we can get them on.
Well,
let's see if we can track them down.
It just seems excessive. I mean, look, come on. The cost of putting that sandwich together.
Well, okay.
I mean, imagine that. And they're raising money.
They raised money for local food
banks.
Almost
all the money at the food bank just to make this sandwich.
Well, okay, I don't know.
That's why record.
That's why I want to get them on the show.
We got to ask
Exodus
them that, right?
and Iggy.
Yeah. Maybe it's inedible food, that recycled food. That
what do you do with it afterwards? Yeah.
Well,
just have a big feast.
A lot of times they cut this stuff up and they have people who are there eating it and all that stuff. But this seems,
I love a good grilled cheese sandwich, by the way. That and some tomato soup. Man, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning.
Right.
No.
Hey, check us out on Facebook, The John and Gordy Show. Call us, 608-879-8255. That's 879-TALK. We'd love to talk to you. You can also send us texts at the Civic Media app. And be in touch, because we're in touch. And, that's the way it goes. Yeah, it's going to be a nice day today.
It's going to be a beautiful day today. Cold,
sunny,
windy.
Upper 30s. Okay. Is it going to be breezy today?
Yeah, it's going to be breezy.
Yeah, it's almost November.
I know.
The winds of November.
It's very dramatic.
Yeah. And Halloween will continue. We've got some more Halloween
You turn the collar up, the wind is blowing, the leaves are just flying by you.
Yeah. You're painting a picture now.
I got a little puppy.
You got a new dog?
I got a 7-month-old border collie, and the leaves Never saw leaves blowing off a tree before.
What'd he do?
And she loves chasing the leaves scurrying across the lawn.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's as cute as anything can be. And she's watching the trees blow in the wind. It's all new to her, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Fall.
Dogs.
I love it.
I love dogs too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to get a new dog. Yeah.
Yeah, we both lost ours.
Yeah. About a year ago,
Yeah.
you got your new
So-
dog. I've been looking. I'm gonna get one soon. We've got a whole lot more of the show to go. Another hour to go, and we love that you're tuning in this morning, and we appreciate your calls and texts.
I just want to preface something.
what are we going to talk about next hour?
What we're going to talk about is the war on appliances.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Wait. There's a war? Another war?
Very, very important war. This
Don't
is
we have
one
enough
that's
war?
off. Yeah, this is off the grid, but we gotta talk about it.
All right, we'll be back.
We got someone on the line who said you told them to call in. So they're chilling until after the top of the hour.
Do you have a
We
name?
didn't see it up here.
It's okay. Tell them to hang on.
Yeah, I did.
Is it up there?
Sly, I think he said.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
No,
what he
we
goes
put
by.
Sly on hold.
Well, we didn't have time. He just called in.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did. I missed
They just don't look.
I missed that last one. That's the first one we missed.
Yeah.
No.
So keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I did.
You're crashing into the brakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of them, or just that one?
That one, the other one prior to, just a little bit.
Did we?
Right,
Okay.
it's okay
All
with
right.
the music. Yeah, don't talk right up to it. Let the music take you out.
All right.
All right. We got to hear the music, right?
Did you hear the music?
I brought it up.
I was
a
up.
little bit late because
I was watching you, but I was, yeah.
If you want to watch the clock up on the left screen up there,
That's the one I'm watching.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching the screen, but I'm actually trying to take a cue from just when the music begins because
Okay.
I if the music begins, I'm hoping that it's like 30 seconds before the break.
Okay.
And then I know that I can talk and just drop out, and then you just bring the music up. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll make it smoother.
Sounds great, by the way.
Okay.
It does.
So we're good. We're good. Okay.
Okay, so we got the John Gordy theme coming out.
Yes.
And,
as we were saying, outro. And then the main theme coming back in. I don't know why everything in, like on the computer is way quieter than usual. I don't know if somebody changed a setting or something, but I need to look into that.
What do you mean?
I have to turn everything like way up on the board in order to
Yeah.
get it to a normal level.
Is it
The drops, you mean?
Drops, music, all that, yeah.
Oh, even the music too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's just and that's the universal music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
Tell Sly to hang on and.
Yeah, I did. I told him
Poor
we were going to
Sly.
a break.
How can we do that to him? God, that's not good. Oh, okay.
We haven't mentioned Matthew Perry. I don't really have a drop for him. It's very sad. Mike Johnson vows something to move 14 billion. Setting up. Okay.
All right. I have to pace. I'm a stander. You know what? I'm going to stand.
He's got to do
I'm going
something.
to stop sitting. I think that's my problem.
You think is it a problem?
I got to stand. I don't know why I'm sitting. Yeah.
You want any drops pulled up for the first segment?
What are we doing in the first segment?
We're going to do
Sly.
There are no drop-ins for this. Oh, yeah, there is a drop-in. What am I doing? It's a short one. It's It's Andy Ogles. Representative Andy
the Warren
Ogles.
appliances, yeah.
Oh, the Warren appliances. Okay. Yeah, let's try standing up. That'll probably make it a lot better. It's clear out there now.
You know, it just seems like the sun came up earlier when I used to do.
When do we fall back? Isn't there a
like a week?
Is that next week?
Check it out.
When is daylight savings time begin?
November 5th, it looks like.
Second
No.
Sunday of March, according to
Yeah,
USA.
Next Sunday. This next Sunday.
This weekend, this coming weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I always thought, I mean, when I got up, it was always sunny a little bit. I mean, it was like this at 6. And then when we took a step back, then it was dark. So, you know, going to work in the dark.
We talked to Sly. Let's talk about we all used to work together at 92.
Yeah.
Way back when.
Yeah.
He was doing overnights. I remember.
Yeah.
Let's get him for everything we can get. What?
Sly. I wish I had a drop from our cable access show
Right?
when we had him on.
We're coming up in about a minute and a half. And we go all the way to 19.
Yeah.
Right at the 19. Okay. So let's get out at 18:45-ish.
Again, I just want the music started 30 seconds before we go out. Because when I hear that music, I know I can just
Talk
go
10
for
seconds.
10 seconds
Yep.
and then we're just dump. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for, not the 5-second cue stuff.
I think we just hit that last one. I don't think we talked over the one
No,
before
you didn't
that.
talk over it. You talked like right up
Yeah.
to the end.
Yeah.
Well, that's being professional.
That's us.
That's
Catherine,
being professional.
Catherine is testing the texts. Can you see them on the right side of your screen there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And we're on in 30 seconds or so.
Okay, we're going right to Sly.
Yeah.
With music, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come out here.
As we were saying,
Yeah?
this is the John and Gordy show. John Peterson here.
Gordy Young right over here.
And by the way, that music,
Yeah. Was from our cable access show.
yes, and it was written by a band that you were in,
That's right. Yeah. That was a long time ago, John.
but it still counts. You wrote the song.
Well, yeah, I wrote it and played guitar on it. Thank you for crediting me. I've still been waiting for the residuals to come in on that, but
Well, now you're going to start getting them because they're going to be played extensively on this program.
Right.
So,
hey, it's 7:07. We've got a guest on the John and Gordy hotline right now, John.
we do. An
Yeah.
old friend. It's Sly.
Sly, good morning.
Good morning. I just wanted to call and congratulate you and wish you well in your new endeavor.
Hey, thank you. It's Sly
Thanks,
in the
Sly.
morning. Actually, in the morning. So
Yeah.
here we are. So
I have an idea for a sponsor.
Please tell us.
Okay, that John, this is especially for you. That
right.
nice family that created the no vac zone at their coffee shop in Middleton. Whatever happened to them?
yeah, I don't know.
Remember the ones that would go to the park and preach to the kids?
Yes. Yeah, it's at the, they disappeared. I don't think they do it anymore. So.
Well, you'll have to clue me in. What was this? Because
I did. These guys, they had coffee and sandwiches and pizza, and they preached Christ in a park next to the high school in Middleton.
Wow.
And they had coffee shops and donut shops, and it's all gone. So
maybe we can get, that's a great idea, Sly. Yeah.
That was a case of know your audience.
Yes, absolutely.
Creating the no-vax zone in the middle of a pandemic in Dane County just wasn't quite the fit the community was looking for.
It didn't catch on, It didn't work.
Sly, John.
Lubbock, Texas.
We were just talking about when we first met up, a long time ago. You and John and I were all at the same station way back when, in the very earlier days of our careers.
Not at the same time.
Out of the cornfield.
I worked for a lot of characters, but John and I worked for that guy that looked kind of like Donald Trump, minus the orange hue.
Absolutely, yes. Okay. Lee Leisinger.
Oh, okay.
All right, General Manager.
Name names.
He's dead. So what do you do?
We didn't send out a contract. It was just a natural thing. But anyway.
We could reminisce all day long, but Sly, what are you up to?
I love those clips.
Yeah.
What am I up to? Well, I'm supposed to be semi-retired, but it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah,
I'm still working for a station in Monroe and Freeport. I'm podcasting. I'm doing all this stuff. So it doesn't really feel like I'm retired.
It's hard to retire. It really is. I mean, here I am.
Well, when you do something you love, when you do something you love, you can't explain it to people that haven't done radio.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
But once you do it and you get a chance to talk to people every day and express yourselves. Yeah, it's really.
There's nothing like it. Just to come back after 16 years of thinking, well, this is it. I'm sliding out. End of life, but here I am.
And here you are, and you work for a company that's going to back you up, which is nice.
Oh yeah,
wonderful.
And it's a political philosophy as well. So,
but you two just hit it off.
We had you on our cable access show, and you were.
I remember that.
You rolled well with it. It was here. This is your life. Sly.
You can still see those clips, by the way, at John's website, democurmudgeon.blogspot.com.
You have those up there?
Yeah, it's there. You can watch yourself again.
Yeah, we're going to get that on our Facebook page. Go ahead, Sly.
John and I did a funny bit when he was still working in the mornings, and I think I was briefly doing afternoons. And I got in a speeding ticket in Rosendale, Wisconsin. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What happened? Really?
So we called was it the town clerk we called?
We did.
It's the speed trap. It's the most famous speed trap in Wisconsin.
It is.
And she let us know that Rosendale, Wisconsin is the peonies capital of the state. And we were messing with a fine community.
Wow.
Peonies capital. Of Wisconsin.
Really?
There's no reason to speed through the peonies capital either, so.
No, there isn't.
And that's why
By the way, I completely avoid it now. I completely avoid it.
Well, I think the roads are better now. I mean, they have actually fixed things up and made it much quicker. So
they have. Well, you two are, you're experienced, so you have something to talk about. There's just you can't replace experience. So between the three of us, what's our combined age?
Oh God, well, I don't know. Get a calculator. I can't do the math in my head.
I think that's 300 years,
something like that. Well, Sly, we got to get you in. We want to get you in the studio here for a guest appearance sometime soon. So
contractually, are you able to do that?
Oh, you're right. Maybe.
Well, I don't know. I might have to check. I got permission for this.
Okay,
so.
well, that's terrific.
Okay,
I really appreciate it. And do you remember when I used to fill in for you on the other station, the AM station, a long time ago?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh no, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the callers liked you better than me.
But you didn't like me as much because I remember you were telling me, you said, John, you sound like you're on public radio. And I love that. That was one of the best moments of my life. So,
well, in Madison, that's a compliment.
It is.
You got it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it's not like that now. We're just,
No,
it's our
you guys are having a blast.
maiden voyage right
Yeah,
here.
that's
so-
right. The Shakedown Cruise. Yeah. Well, thank you, Sly, for being with us this morning.
Have a great day.
Yeah,
all
you
right.
too.
Bye.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Sly there.
Yeah.
Bouncing the
But
microphone
the
here.
thing is, a lot of the announcers in town, which, by the way, there aren't enough personalities anymore. There are a few good morning shows and stuff like that, but we were all friends.
Yeah.
We weren't actually competitors.
Yeah, we'd hang out after our shows. We'd go out together.
And the Cable Action Show was a place where we all hung out. We had, Johnny Danger and Sly and
we had
and Ralphie Boy and
Jonathan Little.
Yeah.
We had Elmer Childress. We'd all go to the Laurel Tavern. Well, Elmer wouldn't go, but
why didn't he go?
Yeah, we should. Do they even have cable access anymore? Is that even a thing? I mean, could we bring it back? We should see if we can dust that off again.
I think people lost track of it because they
Cable
put it on the
doesn't-
low channels. They put on the low channels, which aren't high definition.
Right.
And no one wants to program those in as their favorite channels. So it just kind of died. They may still be there. In fact, I think they're required to have them, but no one tunes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think we'd survive.
Yeah, we don't need it because we have the Facebook channel now.
Yeah.
And we've got
The video.
YouTube. I think YouTube is coming in the next few days. We'll get YouTube all connected,
Really?
so you can watch us. There you can check in with us. You can see what we do in the studio here.
Well, by then we'll have run out of things to say. So.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Have we got time to get to the war on appliances? I don't know if we can get to it this
Yeah, we
break.
got time.
You want to carry it over?
We got time.
Okay. Well,
we're just going to chit chat about
well,
it.
what's it all about? I don't know what this is.
Why don't we play that little clip here of the war on appliances?
Here we go again. The administration's war on appliances continues. First, it was gas stoves. Then it was water heaters.
Oh, no.
And now it's ice makers. I live in the country. I like a glass of iced tea. Operative word there is ice.
Oh, man. That's quite the comment. The war on appliances.
How controversial is this?
I don't know. For some reason, no one's talking about pigtail light bulbs anymore or big gulp drinks anymore. It seems like, everybody's enjoying the LED lights that they never have to replace again and don't really have high electric bills for. So, this thing about the gas stoves, obviously, this is new construction, and what they don't want to do is they don't want to put gas lines into new construction.
Oh, okay. All
that
right.
feeds into the gas stove thing.
I get that.
So
I understand that.
They're not banning gas stoves. If you want a gas stove, restaurants will be able to have them as well.
Okay.
So
what about microwave ovens? I've always thought that how safe are those, right?
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I have a
who
great
hasn't?
fear of that.
Who hasn't put stuff in the microwave oven?
Yeah.
And then stood there in front of it, right?
Right, yeah.
And it's this mesh screen that's supposed to, I guess, block microwaves from attacking your face. And I'm thinking, we all stand there looking in the microwave,
Right, waiting,
and
just
our
waiting.
eyes are just, being inundated with microwaves in our
and
face and our skin.
Our brains. Yeah.
Is that metal mesh, actually protecting us?
I don't think it could.
It just
actually.
seems wrong.
Doesn't seem right.
We shouldn't be able to see in.
Yeah.
If it's really doing its job.
Really? I have the same fear of cell phones. I think cell phones, I really think there's something to that. Yeah. Because, I had a lot of hearing problems over the spring and the summer.
Yeah,
That's where I hold my cell phone is to my left ear. And, of course,
you have a little problem assist or something.
I have
in
no
there?
bass or mid-range in my left ear anymore.
That's very
I blame
strange.
the cell phone companies.
I wonder.
I think it is. I think there's something to that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
now
a
we
little
have
conspiracy theory.
Bluetooth headphones,
Right?
and earplugs. So now we can basically keep the phone away from our head.
Right?
Yeah. So maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. You know, maybe
Johnny's
maybe
Tech
something
Corner
should-
coming back to haunt us again. We should do that. Yeah, let's bring back the Tech Corner.
We're going to have a lot of tech information on this show because I
Thank
can't
goodness.
stop myself from talking about it.
Where
okay?
else could we have it except right here?
Well, I've got two 20-somethings in my house,
Oh,
and
boy.
I've got to keep them up to date on all the latest electronics, and that's why I have these extra jobs, and that's why I keep working, because I've got to buy equipment for them.
How often do they get out of the basement? Because
They never-
I worry about that.
They're gamers. They're in the basement all the time. That's where their room is. That's where their offices are. That's where their computers are.
They need to get out more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's.
I'd like to get them into the studio here and have them explain some of this technology to us, because this is not like any radio studio I was ever in. It's like a conference room, right?
It is.
More
There's
than
a lot of technology here to get used to.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, where are the cart machines? The turntables, they're all gone. Yeah. Tape machines, everything. It's out of here.
Yeah, the cart machines. I really miss those.
Oh, boy.
The little cartridge, 8-track cartridges.
Okay, we're reminiscing now a little too much. It's 18 minutes past the hour, and it's going to be a cold day. Highs in the upper 30s.
WMDX, the John and Gordy Show.
We'll be right back. That was nice. That was good with Sly.
I always make sure that the guests do all the talking.
Oh, yeah. We want to shine the spotlight on them.
Yeah, they do it all.
Okay, what do we got? This next segment is
The War on Appliances. We got.
More with that?
I'm going with that.
Got it.
Wait, let's see. We're coming out right away here, right? And going to 29.
2010 to 2920.
Oh,
Yep, got it.
That's not going to hold us.
What do we?
It could. I'm just going to give people's responses to that. Okay.
Do we have any texts coming in? What do we got here?
What is that?
Still ice on Facebook. What is that? Still ice on Facebook. Lice? Still
Live.
Oh, lice.
Around 5.
Here we go. 7:20 on a Monday morning with the John and Gordy Show. As we were saying, first day on the air. Hey, later today, it's the Devil's Advocates, 4 to 6 this afternoon. Our buddies in the afternoon. I wonder what the Devil's Advocates will do for Halloween. Do they dress as devils? Or do they go against the grain on Halloween and dress as angels?
Well,
That's a question for them.
It's demonic. I don't think they really want to be recognized as demonic afternoon talk people.
Their name's Devil's Advocates. Go with it. Yeah, no.
Well, on Halloween, maybe.
We'll have to ask Crute and Dom what they're doing. I expect them to be dressed up as devils. That's my expectation.
Oh my gosh.
No.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Okay, what were we talking
That's good
about?
advice,
Yeah.
We're talking about the war on appliances. And because, we don't want to supply health care to the nation.
No.
We don't want to get rid of high-capacity magazines and
AR-14s. No.
No,
Right?
we don't want to deal with the actual problems of society. We have to concentrate on the war on appliances. So the absurdity of all of this is so incredible. Will the government ban or confiscate your appliances? Now,
This is really a
This is
thing.
an actual story. They say the new standards are based on a manufactured climate crisis. Okay, that's already based on a lie. They are less effective and more costly. Neither is true. They are more effective and they're not as costly. The prices should be going down. Oh, by the way, it's a pet peeve of mine.
What?
I mean, we have free electricity from the sun and the wind.
Okay.
All right. But bills keep going up. So somewhere along the way, they don't have to store the fuel. It just comes from and it just channels into these lines into our home, and the price should come down. If they're getting free energy from the sun,
right,
the price should come down, and it isn't. It's going up. And I understand that it's the equipment, it's the power lines, it's the storage batteries, it's putting up the towers or the fields of solar. But, I just understand that, somewhere along the way now, then the price will have to come down eventually. I'm on my rant.
But the population is getting bigger. I mean, there are more people, there are more houses and everything. So, I mean, how can the price go down? We got more people using
that's
electricity.
more of their profit. I mean, people pay their bill,
Okay.
more people that get it, pay more.
Okay. But it's the appliances.
It should come down.
It's all the appliances.
It is the appliances. And then another part, the third part is a broader scheme to control every aspect of American life. Now,
wow. Okay. That's
that's
biting
what
off
the
a lot.
liberals want to do, is control every aspect of your life from birth to death. Because if you look at Florida and what DeSantis is doing down there, he's not controlling anything. He's letting people be free.
Yeah.
It's just there's this contradictions are so many. And then we have Bloomberg says that the new standards have the backing of two of the largest water heater manufacturers. Now, we're talking about water heaters in that particular case. Water heaters would use less energy, much like LEDs, and consume. And by the way, it consume less energy, and consumers would save. And we don't want to do this because consumers say this is really bad. Consumers would save $11.4 billion on energy bills. So why would we want to do that?
Wow.
Because, it's this war thing, and liberals want to control every aspect of our life.
Wow. What can we do? What can we do? I mean, how can we stop this war on appliances? 'Cause I kind of like some of my appliances.
Well, there's a lot of pontificating on Fox News about this war on appliances, and Fox News' Gutfeld mocked the standard, saying,
Gutfeld. Okay.
This is Catherine Timpf. I don't know who that is, but she said, because I rent, I don't know what a water heater is. My God, just stop. Do not say anything after that, because that doesn't work. It doesn't work. She says, but that's not going to stop me from being mad about this, because the one thing I'm really happy on and warm, I'm in my bathtub. I'm eating popsicles in my bathtub. What the hell? And if the government takes this away from me, then I'll really lose it. So there are a lot of people,
Yeah.
hot bath, popsicles.
When was the last time you had a popsicle in the bathtub, John? I've never heard of. Is that a thing?
I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Folks, you can call us at 609-879-8255 if you have some opinions about the war on appliances and how to deal with it. Right?
Right.
Okay.
And here's
it's a hot button issue.
Newsmax's Chris Planty called the standards a Soviet-style campaign to wage war on appliances in America.
What does the Soviets have anything to do with it?
Communism. This is all communism. And Newsmax's Chris Salcido said, using the fake religion and man-made global warming, claiming the standards were proposed in order to control the populations. Besides, if everyone is on electric everything, it's simple to control your behavior, your movement, and populations by simply turning off the power. Because, the government would do that. Liberal government would turn off the power to control you. Make sure you do the right things in your home. So it says the facts and the science mean little when the goal is to get control over the population. They worry so much about this control thing, yet if you look at Florida,
right,
that's not control.
No.
Right? That's not authoritarian fascist control in Florida. Come on. Unbelievable.
Wow. I'm going to look at my appliances in a whole new way after all of this. I just, I don't even know.
I know.
How I'm going to open my refrigerator thinking about these things. Yeah.
Oh, here's another thing.
Yeah. Well, there's more?
Yes. And I'm not even reading this. Just something I read. But, Republicans do not like this move toward EVs, electric vehicles. Okay.
Oh, and yeah.
They don't like the spread of electric vehicles.
Why?
It's you know.
Well, because the gas.
Because electric vehicles cost more.
Yeah.
Right now, they cost more.
Wow.
But the fact is, as they become used vehicles, they become cheaper and cheaper, and people will go to used car lots and they buy an EV that is much cheaper because now it's a used vehicle. But anyway, the cool thing is now they've got a proposal to make vehicles, electric vehicles, your backup energy source in case of a blackout. So if your neighborhood loses electricity, you have your EV plugged into the wall.
Okay.
And they make it reversible now. Instead of charging your vehicle will be sending electricity into your home.
Wow.
And it's enough power in your car to power your home for 2 days.
Wow.
So
I didn't know that.
It's a new standard they want to put in place. There are 2 manufacturers that are going to do it. But, we hope it catches on.
Do we have the infrastructure to handle the electric vehicles? Are there enough electric vehicle, what do you call them?
Charging stations?
Charging stations. Thank you. Yeah, I don't see very many out there.
But they're there.
I know they're there, but I don't have an electric vehicle, so I don't, it's not on my radar.
But you do have popsicles in your warm bathtub, right? All right.
I love a good popsicle in the bathtub once in a while. I'm going to try that.
John and Gordy.
We're coming back after this. Okay, we're at the big break here. Do we have George Carlin?
I believe so. Let me.
How long is that? Can you look at that clip and just, I think it's it's like 3 minutes maybe?
Did it have his name in it? I thought I remembered seeing it.
It should be Carlin. Carlin, and I can't remember what the rant, it's just about government. Ready to rant about the government?
Oh, yeah.
The big rich. Maybe I thought I sent it to you maybe over the weekend, possibly.
We have it.
Do you have the Carlin? What's it called? Feature? Hey, we have another coffee break too. Let's use the other coffee, Shorty.
Yep.
Somewhere in here, and then Carlin.
All right, let me go.
If we can find Carlin.
This is right here.
What else are we going to talk about if we don't have him?
We should have Carlin in here.
Oh, here. This is I got a creepy Halloween sort of thing.
Oh.
Do you have Carlin?
I don't know.
If we don't have Carlin, let's go back to Halloween.
Okay.
For a minute or two. And then, what was the other thing?
Yeah.
Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
No Carlin? I sent it. Let me see. I thought I emailed it.
Here, you don't have Halloween and George Carlin?
I didn't see it.
You still have my flash drive in? I think you do.
Yeah.
Check that out under drop-ins. Okay.
Oh, I just sent it to John. Let me see. How do I?
He's got it. Don't worry about it.
You got it?
Don't worry.
Halloween, Carlin, American Dream.
Yep.
That's it. That's what I called it. That's right. You want to lead into that?
Yeah.
How long is that? Can you tell?
Almost 3 minutes.
3 minutes. So let's lead into that.
That's why I put everything on the flash.
It's a rant. It's a rant about the American dream.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Lead into Carlin, and then we'll take a coffee break.
Okay.
The other coffee break.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Catherine.
Just so you know, we're live on Facebook, even when you're off.
Okay.
Oh. Can he pull our mics down during face?
Well, then I can't hear you then.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Right.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. All right, here we go.
Oh, we got a little bit yet.
Oh, yeah.
We got like a little less than 2 minutes.
Ah. Just flying by. Got the Carlin. Can you, here. You got the long arms. Is there anything else in there?
Yeah.
Do you drink coffee, Sam?
Yeah.
Are you drinking coffee this morning?
I did before I left, but I haven't had any since I got here.
Do you live nearby?
Pretty close, yeah. I mean, like a couple miles away.
Boing. It's out. So,
All right, 1 minute.
I'm going to so we got the John and Gordy bebop music coming out this quarter or this break.
Yep, doo-wop coming in.
That's going to be better and faster here in a day or two. Mike Massey's going to punch that up a little bit.
Okay.
But we'll use this today and maybe tomorrow. He had some things to add to it. So Carlin first. I've got a creepy Halloween-y thing eventually.
Yeah.
I'm going to mention Stephanie Miller coming up at the top of the hour as we're coming out.
I haven't been pacing enough. You know,
John and Gordy, oh, John and Gordy, John and Gordy, oh, John and Gordy.
Hey, that's us, John and Gordy, as we were saying, on a Monday morning, coming up on 7:35. Clear skies today, cold. Highs in the upper 30s. It feels like winter is right around the corner. We just like shift gears without pushing the clutch in nowadays. Just go from summer to winter. Fall is only a few days. All the leaves are gone. It's just, they're all flying around now.
it was quick.
Yeah.
That one freeze and everything just falls.
It always seems that Halloween is a bad weather day. I don't think it was last year, but it's like every Halloween, it's a bad weather day usually. So we'll see what it's like tomorrow.
It's going to be tough getting those costumes together, Flip
I know.
the costume over all that cover that they have to have.
Well, they have to wear winter coats, and then you can't see the costume. and
All that,
everything.
all that stuff is thinner now. It's not,
Yeah.
this giant
Yeah.
down stuff.
I know it.
So
We were talking earlier, you were mentioning, we were talking about the House Speaker, the new House Speaker, Mike Johnson. Yeah. And, government issues, all the big government, the rich people, controlling everything. We're just, pawns in their game, right? Right? We're just.
But liberals are the ones who want to control your life from birth to death.
Really?
But it's not the wealthy taking control of everything in society. It's not that.
No.
Eye off that ball.
Yeah.
So,
Well, let's hear what George Carlin has to say about all this.
all right.
There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The big, the wealthy, the real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. They're irrelevant. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. You know something? You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich who don't give a about them. They don't care about you at all, at all, at all. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it.
There it is.
Just an amazing rant.
Yeah.
That is relevant today. In fact, almost every rant that he does have is relevant today. Yeah. And, I mean, it's stuff from the 70s and 80s, and it still works.
Right.
It's still true. And it's just an amazing thing that Carlin was able to nail it so closely.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It just says it all. I mean, really, that's the dumbing down. I mean, he started with education, How are we supporting the education system? It's falling apart. We don't pay teachers nearly enough.
Wisconsin is the perfect example of what Republicans think about education in this state.
Right.
They defund it. They penalize, they punish, they make sure that you don't have the courses that you really should have because they have a different vision of America. It doesn't have anything to do with independence or free thought or doing whatever you want to do. It is something that they call the shots on. They call the courses that you should have and not have. It's just an amazing thing to see the Republicans in this state, what they do to education. They have defunded everything. And every biennial, they have something that ticks them off about the university. And this year, it was DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. They hate that. They say it doesn't work.
The course curriculum, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and so they penalized the university. They stopped giving the raises. They took, I think, $32 million away, and they didn't approve. The number one thing the university wanted was the expansion of some department. I can't remember. Just spaced it as I was saying it.
Okay.
But anyway, that's what they think of education in this state.
Well, that's it. Cutbacks. They're closing some of the schools. They've closed some of the campuses.
Engineering.
Engineering. That's what they wanted to.
So
defund that.
So they didn't expand. There was the number one thing the university needed. It creates jobs. It keeps people here. And what do? They penalize because of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And get this, I know Robin Voss has spoken about this a number of times, but the problem here is with his reasoning is he has vilified it. I looked up as long as I could any reason why DEI is a bad thing. I wanted to know what is it that they're complaining about? Why don't they like it? And the only reason that they oppose it is because of the actual hate that they have created around DEI. It's the fact that there's a backlash against it and people aren't happy about it and they think it's unfair. Well, why do they think that? Republicans created this uproar. This is a manufactured outrage. And So that's the logic behind, well, it's really destructive. It's really divisive. Inclusion is divisive, okay?
Yeah.
Up is down.
Down is up. Right is left. Left is,
God,
we got you.
It's just unbelievable.
We're interested in what you think about it. Give us a call on the John and Gordy hotline, 608-879-8255, 608-879-TALK. John, you got something else over there that you wanted to talk about, right?
I do. And just one more thing.
Okay, well.
About George Carlin, okay?
Yeah, years ahead of his time.
My 20-somethings.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything about George Carlin.
Never heard of him. Yeah. Isn't that something?
So I'm thinking, maybe we're turning a new generation onto one of the great comedians and voices of our time.
Yeah. Groundbreaking stuff.
All right.
Unbelievable
We got a call.
stuff. All right. We've got Kathy is on the line. Good morning, Kathy. Thanks for calling in.
Good morning, beloved Madison radio personalities, John and Gordy.
Oh, it's so good to hear you again.
Hi, this is Kathy, your friend from Costco.
Yes. That's right.
How are you guys?
She checks my receipt on the way out because I do look criminal. So
what are you talking about?
First of all, I'm only speaking as a private citizen.
Okay.
That's right, not a Costco employee.
Of the phone company.
Mm-hmm.
You do look a little sketchy, John, but we're actually just checking for accuracy.
Yes.
As you guys are talking about the old white men in the legislature, it's kind of striking to me the way they are qualified to practice medicine.
Yes.
Teach our kids.
Yeah.
I mean, they just know everything. It's just amazing. President company accepted, of course, but
right. We know more. So,
but you're right. They're out of touch. They're completely out of touch.
We don't sit here and say, transitioning is bad and you can't do it, and we're telling parents what to do now because they're doing it wrong, right? But we're giving parents all the control they want when it comes to educating their children, but they can't control transitioning. What is that? Yeah.
Oh, God.
I know it's a stumper. Going on a little rant there. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
About that.
No,
I'm changing the subject, but do you want to talk about the stuff I buy at Costco?
Well, I thought Kathy might be talking about the appliance thing. So, Costco, they have appliances there, right? They have little house appliances.
Very expensive.
Yeah, we have some really nice ones.
Okay.
That's right.
Good.
You can see her hands. What's that?
If anyone has tips on how to make my dishwasher work without going through an elaborate ritual, that would be great.
Wow.
All right. Well,
a new one.
Hey, we're here to help you. We want to hold your hand through everything here. So John and Gordy will be with you in your corner as you try to figure out your dishwasher. We'll get somebody on that right away.
This is very comforting.
That's why we're here.
Good to know.
That's why we're here.
Kathy.
I'm so happy you guys are back. Have a great day.
All right. Hey,
Thank
thanks
you,
for
Kathy.
calling.
Yeah.
First caller.
Well, Slide called her.
Well, yeah.
You don't count him?
No.
All right. Well, that's right.
He's a fellow announcer, This is a normal, everyday person that we run into in life.
How do you know? She checks your receipts, and that's how you know her?
Well, I
At
did.
Costco?
It was funny.
Yeah?
Because
what were you walking out with? She had, excuse me, sir. Wait a minute.
A new stove.
Really?
Yeah, electric. They're forcing me to get an electric now. The gas is out.
Right.
But every time I went in there, I would be on the way out, and she would go, well, if it isn't John Peterson family show, blah blah blah, and it was this introduction every time I was leaving. Oh, it's John Peterson, and I just thought that was cute as heck. Okay. And we just started talking, and she had listened to the show. And
well, I'm glad she called in. I hope she calls back.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's great.
Again, our number is 608-879-8255. And you're with us here on day one of the John and Gordy experience. We've got a couple of minutes here. We're going to take our final break. But again, we're on Facebook. Just go to The John and Gordy Show, as we were saying. And Facebook Live has a camera in the studio here as we pace around in between the breaks. You can watch John feverishly pacing back and forth. And we'll get the YouTube thing going, I think, in the next day or two as well. And you can always check out our podcasts after the show at the Civic Media app, right? Get
That's
the
right.
app. Put
You
it on
can.
your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you
Why
can
not?
watch us.
Can you?
On the app, I think you can.
I don't know if that's possible.
Well, don't try. Don't experiment. Don't get out the phone and, listen via the app.
We've got the stream going. You can also listen on your smart speaker.
This is crazy, though.
You can
isn't it?
ask Alexa. Say, Alexa, the John and Gordy Show.
Well,
I think
you
something
have to,
like that.
give it permission in order to do that. But,
Okay. Well, there's all
but
kinds
this
of ways.
technology stuff. You
I know,
used
it's
to be
amazing.
horrible at technology.
I know, but now I'm.
You're getting into it.
Well, I'm showing you what to do now, right? Yeah, I kept
Yeah,
up on
you
it.
actually are.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a social media person, but you are.
Well, yeah.
So
What can I tell you?
That's your experience, in public television?
That's
in
right.
Indiana, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was on public television over in South Bend, Indiana for a few years. Before that, just so people know, I was a TV weatherman for 20 years. Started with Elmer Childress back in the day over at NBC 15. Started with Charlie Shortino. He started right after.
Were you
Remember him?
ever right when you gave your weather
No, I
forecast?
had no idea what I was talking about.
I figured.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
this is the John and Gordy Show on WMDX. We'll be right back with more.
Last segment. This is a short break.
Yep. Short break in at 50:30.
We got 8 minutes left.
Yeah, I got the time wrong in the last hour for this break, so oops on that. But
What?
I came in at 50:10 because that's where the inn used to be.
Oh, and it's really 50:30.
Yeah.
Oops. Did the network, did we?
You started talking at about 50:30, so I mean it was just a cut into the music, so I think we're fine.
Okay. Should we go back to the Halloween theme music? Do we have any other things to?
Do we have anything on that? I don't know.
Well, we've got the Halloween theme music. I think we already talked about the costumes and the other thing.
We
that
went
had.
through everything.
Did we have another candy corn thing? Or was
No.
that okay?
Yeah, that was it.
Well, let's just talk about. Oop, what? We're back. John, we're back. We're back. Our Halloween Eve show continues. Tomorrow is the big day, Halloween for real. A 64-year-old woman in Taiwan who heard clicking and rustling sound for several days turned out she had a small spider in her ear canal. Ooh, that's creepy. Spiders.
Consider
and snakes.
yourself lucky.
Yeah.
That wasn't you.
Well, that's what I was thinking. She was complaining of feeling of movement inside her ear. I've had that. And clicking and rustling sounds that prevented her from sleeping for several nights. The doctors looked in there and they saw a small spider and its discarded exoskeleton inside the woman's ear.
Very sweet.
Now listen to this. They used a suction tube to remove the arachnid and the exoskeleton. That's exactly what the ear, nose, and throat guy did with my left ear.
Really?
He used a vacuum.
And he didn't tell you what he got out.
He said, this is going to sound like a freight train going through your head. I'm like, really? And then he did it, and he was right.
Yeah.
It helped.
Sound is okay, but pain is not a good thing.
Well, pain
Did
is...
you experience any pain with it?
I did, because he had to put a tube through my ear canal and through my eardrum. Wow. He pierced the eardrum. That's not fun.
No.
It's painful.
Yeah.
Just for a few seconds, though. It really wasn't bad. And then it drains out, and then you're better. I have gotten a lot of my hearing back in my left ear. It was gone about 50%, but now it's back to about maybe 80%. So that's good.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they didn't find any spiders in my ears. But,
No.
you know, I'm just thinking spiders, snakes, psychics, witches, warlocks.
Yeah, me too.
You know, we want to hear if there are any
We haven't
psychics
gotten
out
any
there. Maybe we can
witches.
get them to call in tomorrow during our big Halloween broadcast.
It's the big Halloween day.
Yeah,
So
that's
we'll
the
see
day.
what happens. You know, it's anything can happen at that point because it's a magical Halloween day. You know, I used to have a Halloween special.
Did you?
On all these stations that I used to. Oh, I used to play all this Halloween music.
Wow.
I mean, it's my favorite time of the year.
I think
It
we
has
should.
always been that way. I love fall, the colors, the wind, the chill, Halloween costumes. You know,
The kids walking around in the
it's always
streets.
fun. It's always fun.
Now, you remember this, I'm sure. When we were kids, way back when,
Yeah.
Halloween went on. I mean, when you were out on the streets collecting candy from all the houses, you went as long as they were, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, even 10 o'clock.
We didn't
You
have
could-
time limits.
Right. We didn't have any time limits. You just kept going until all the lights started going out in the houses, which could be 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock.
They stayed open really late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't do that anymore. It's very controlled, and I understand why. I mean, just safety concerns. That makes sense, right?
Back then, I don't remember people saying, "Oh yeah, take as much as you want."
No.
See, I mean,
You're
if you-
very stingy.
If you wait long enough,
Yeah.
at the end of the night,
Right.
people are dumping their candy.
Right.
So you can get a lot.
Here's some more candy corn.
Just,
Right?
just a little tip for the kids. Keep the parents out late.
That's why we're here. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Sad to hear about Matthew Perry passing away. Great guy. A
In a
very
hot
funny
tub.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the hot tub.
Well,
drowned.
he had exercised.
Is that right?
He was
I haven't
exercising
heard the story.
in
Yeah.
pickleball.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and I guess maybe he was in the hot tub to relax or whatever, and that's
Yeah.
that's what tripped him over.
That's sad. Yeah, he was a really talented actor and just wonderful. It's great to see all these old friends clips and see the kind of actor he was.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought the movies that he started were really good.
Wasn't he in a movie with Chris Farley? Do you remember that? I don't think it went really well, but I think so. Yeah, I think it was about the Lewis and Clark expedition or something like that, based on that. I could be wrong.
Well,
We
that
could
sounds
Google
like
it,
a
but
good
I don't have
topic.
time.
That sounds like
Yeah.
a good topic.
But tomorrow we'll talk about Halloween. We'll have some more Halloween stuff and a lot more things
Yeah.
lined up for
I don't want
our
to.
second broadcast tomorrow if
Tomorrow.
if we're back.
Yeah, if they're letting us come back, right?
Just,
We're
you
not
know,
hitting
based-
our breaks. Everybody's angry at us now. But here's, I think tomorrow.
Yeah?
I want to touch on DVDs.
What about them? Does anybody use them anymore?
DVDs and Blu-rays. Are they
phasing them out?
They're on their way out.
Oh, don't say it. So.
It's becoming even more disposable. Entertainment. We won't be able to watch it when we want. We'll be at the mercy of the Disney Vault.
Disney Vault?
Is the Disney. Do you never heard of the Disney Vault?
What's the Disney Vault?
Okay.
What do you mean? They own everything and they got it in a vault somewhere?
No, for the last 40, 50 years, they
Yeah.
would slowly release movies
Yeah.
on VHS.
Okay.
That were kind of redone a little bit, cleaned up, and they would release these movies for like 3 months, and
Right.
then they'd put them back in the vault.
Well,
And
that's
you
the way they make
and
money.
you had no access to them.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and the reason why this is really a soft, I just get so angry about this. Do you remember Zorro?
Of course.
Guy Williams, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The old days. Zorro.
He was the best Zorro ever.
Ever.
He was like the first superhero. The guy with the
Zorro.
mask, right?
Yeah.
The fox.
And he had
Okay.
a sword.
They did not release Zorro
Yeah.
at all. And I have a 24-year-old at home. I wanted my kids to watch Zorro when they were little kids, and I couldn't show it to them because
original
it was not out on video.
Now, are you talking about the original black and white?
The Walt Disney series.
Okay.
Zorro series.
All right.
And, I thought this is going to be inspirational. My other kid is, like Spider-Man, basically. But the whole thing here is that Zorro would have been a great introduction to all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't out on anything. And not only that, but you had to belong to the Walt Disney Club in order to have access to the DVDs that they had of Zorro. But that was very expensive, and it was a monthly thing. It was like the Columbia Record Club.
Yeah. Wow. Yes. So, man, my head is exploding now thinking about Zorro. That was such a great show.
It really is. But it is on Disney Plus now. So
It
you can
is.
watch it. Yep.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's try to get that.
It is. It's a very good show. All right. Well, I know it's a little late. But...
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Okay,
you know
here we
what?
go.
Guess what? We're almost out of time for today, but we want to thank everybody that called in. And it was great to have Sly stopping by earlier in the day via the phone lines. And we can hope that we'll be back tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., 6 to 8 a.m., Monday through Friday, right here on Mad Radio, WMDX.
That's all we are saying.
That is all we were saying. We want to thank also our musical director, Michael Massey, and the John and Gordy Singers for being with us. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great Monday. So long.
Bye-bye.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
We're clear.
Cool.